He then told them,
God's orders are, strap on your sword and go to work. Crisscross the camp from one end to the other. Kill brother, friend, and neighbor.
The Levites carried out Moses' orders. 3,000 of those people were killed that day. Sin. In the camp, sin. In the camp, sin. In the camp, sin. In the first light of dawn, all the high priests and religious leaders met and put the finishing touches on their plot to kill Jesus. Then they tied him up and paraded him to Pilate, the governor. Judas, the one who betrayed him, realized that Jesus was doomed. Overcome with remorse, he gave back the 30 silver coins to the high priest, saying, I've sinned, I've betrayed an innocent man.
what do we care?
That's your problem. Judas threw the silver coins into the temple and left. Then he went out and hung himself. Sin. In the camp, sin. In the camp, sin. In the camp, sin.
But a man named Ananias and his wife Sapphira, conniving in this with him, sold the goods and land, kept part of the price for themselves, and gave the rest to the apostles to make an offering of it. Peter said,
Ananias, how did Satan get you to lie to the Holy Spirit and secretly keep back part of the price of the field? Before you sold it, it was all yours, and after you sold it, the money was yours to do with as you wished. So what got into you to pull a trick like this? For you did not lie to man, but to God.
Ananias, when he heard those words,
Fell down dead.
no more than 3 hours later, when his wife, not knowing of what happened, Peter said,
Tell me, was this the price you got for the field? Yes, that price. What is going on here that you connive to conspire against the Holy Spirit? The men who buried your husband are at the door, and you're next.
no sooner were the words out of his mouth, she too also fell down dead.
Sin. In the camp, sin. In the camp, sin. In the camp, sin. For the wages of sin is death. In the camp, idolatry. In the camp, disobedience. In the camp, lust. In the camp, betrayal. In the camp, in the camp, drugs. In the camp, step in the camp, steal. In the camp, sex. In the camp, greed. In the camp, in the camp, gossip, slander, malice, anger, death. And he brought me out by the Spirit of the Lord and set me in the middle of the valley. It was full of dry bones. He led me back and forth among them, in which I saw a great many of bones that were dry. He asked me,
Son of man, can these bones live again?
O sovereign Lord, you alone know.
Prophesy to these bones and say to them, Dry bones, hear the word of the Lord. This is what the sovereign Lord says to the bones. I will make breath into you, and you will come to life. I will attach tendons to you and make flesh come upon you and cover you with skin. I will put breath in you, and you will come to life. Then you will know that I am the Lord.
So I prophesied as he commanded me. And as I was prophesying, there was a noise, a rattling sound, and when I looked, the bones came together, bone to bone. Flesh and tendons appeared upon them, and skin covered them, but there was no breath in them.
Prophesy to these bones. Prophesy and breathe breath into them, Son of Man, and say to it, This is what the sovereign Lord says. Come from the four winds, O breath, and breathe into these slain, that they may live.
So I prophesied as he commanded me, and breath entered them. They stood up on their feet, a vast army.
This is what the sovereign Lord says.
O
my people, I am going to open your graves and bring you up from it. I will put my spirit in you,
and you will live. Life. In the camp, life. In the camp, life. In the camp.